Welcome back to another template design walkthrough. I thought we would kind of do a throwback to the kind of the beginnings of some composite photography where lightning actually used to be a popular topic to put into our composites. So I thought it was time maybe we could do a little throwback to that and make another variation of the lightning composite, but make it in a template form this time. So this one's called Thunderstruck. So I thought we would take a quick walk through the layers here, just so you can see what the options are and how to easily make these changes, and how simple it is to use. Alright, so starting at the top we have our color grading layers as typical. These are grouped, we can expand these. This one has 3 color grading layers in here. So we have our first 1 and 2, which are pretty standard for me, that add some color and some contrast and some vibrance, things like that. This one also has the option of a cinematic coloring effect, which kind of dulls those shadows out, adds a little bit of a tint to the shadows. Again, just gives it a bit of a cinematic effect. So that can always be turned off if you wanted a little more contrast, turned on if you wanted to, again, give it a bit of that cinematic vibe. Below that are our facial highlight boosts. Well, we'll take a look at those as usual when we put our subject in here. Below that, we have our text group. So the text is grouped in this one for this bottom text so that we can apply some of these glowing effects around the text, and so that they fit to that shape and everything automatically. So on this text group, you'll see when you expand it, here's our typical text layers attached. These are just normal text. But on the group is where our effects are at for these. So we do have a stroke line on the text, and then we have this outer glow, which is adding that glow to match that lightning vibe there. So the outer glow is one area where a color change would be made of changing the color of this lightning, and that's in the form of this outer glow blend color up here. Again, just clicking on this will bring up the swatch. We could pick a jersey color, we could pick a new color, and again, once we put our subject in, we'll look at customizing that color there. Below that is our foreground lightning, and we have some coloring attached to that. So we do have some lightning in the foreground to layer over the subject, again, to give that depth to the composite. And then we have a hue saturation adjustment layer attached to that for the color of that. Again, as simple as just sliding that hue slider around. And you could change the saturation and lightness as well. I find most of the time, the hue is enough that we need. But there's the foreground lightning in its color. Below that, there's just a spot of brightening happening at the top here, which is also going to go over the subject's face, again, just to bring that brightness value up a little bit. Below that, we start to get into our subject group. So we have in red, of course, as always in my designs, where the subject goes. So you can see place subject in this group. This group is masked around this bottom lightning shape for when we drop a subject in to kind of take that shape on. We'll see that in just a minute. But attached to this is a layer to darken the lower portion of the subject. Again, we'll see that when we turn our subject on. And then there are some effects attached to this subject group in the form of an inner and an outer glow. So we'll look at changing those colors and customizing that as well in just a second. But let's finish the rest of these layers. Below that is some text up here, some auxiliary text up in the background. Simple text layer that can be changed. Below that is our background lightning. So the main background is in here. Again, with a hue saturation adjustment layer to change the color of that as well. And then below that, if we turn this off, there's some light cloudy kindness in the background to give that texture in the background. And this is just a highlight color for some of those cloud highlights, just to add a little bit of that texture and interest in the background. And this is another color that we would set based on our subject. All right, so with that, let's just turn our subject on here and take a look. So if we expand our group, you're going to see we got a little blank layer. It tells you to drop the subject right here inside this group. So that's what we've done. We've got our subject just extracted, dropped in here. So you're going to see based on this masking, if we turn this masking on and off, you can see how the legs are showing down here. But with it on, it kind of just masks to the shape of this lightning, so it looks like they're kind of tucked in behind there to give it that effect. And then what we want to do is basically start setting our colors here to match the, for me, I'm going to go with the uniform color that we have here. So I'm going to just start at the background layer. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with this cloud highlight color. Let's double click here, and then I'm just going to sample one of these brighter blues because I want that to show up in the background a little bit more. All right, so that looks pretty good. The lightning color, we're just going to slide this over. I'm just going to slide it till I like the tone of blue. I think because it's lightning, I want it to be a little bit more to that cyan, that brighter feel, so it feels, you know, not quite as dark as like, you know, say a blue that would match even more. I actually want a little bit of contrast. I think it gives it a little bit more of a dynamic look. So I'm going to push that just slightly more cyan and brighter of that blue. So that looks really cool to me. So if we scroll on up to our subject, we've got a couple of glows here to take a look at. So let's double click on our effects layer. Now these are already preset to blue, but if these were, you know, if you were dropping in something that you wanted like a warmer yellowish type glow, you can see like along the subject's arms and body here, that is going to change that glow color of whatever color lightning you want. So again, you could just sample one of these like brighter blues or even a darker blue, depending on how much, you know, tonality you want in there, or you can just come in here and pick a color. So I find because it's a highlight color around the body, I want it to be, you know, a brighter tone of whatever color that we're working with. So kind of like a bright, a little bit more cyan-y type of tone to match that lightning is going to give us that cool inner glow effect, which we can turn off and on. You can see what that's doing to the subject, making it feel like there's that glow around them. And then there's also an outer glow. So if you wanted to set this color to something else, you're going to see, because this is a color dodge blend mode, it's just going to add like a light of brightness around your subject with a little bit of color influence. Because you can see here, even as I'm changing the color, there's not a ton of color influence. But when you really match that color up with your background, that's when you're going to see like the coolest effect from that color dodge. So you can see if you turn this off and on, there's that outer glow that's happening there. All right, so a couple places to set some colors in here as well. Let's scroll on up now to our foreground lightning. So same thing here. Let's push this up into more of that cyan type of color. So right there looks pretty good. And then one more place in our text group, we can see where this outer glow, you know, we need to fix the color because you're getting some weird greens and yellow tones in here. So we're going to double click on our outer glow, and let's set this, you know, to one of these blue or cyan colors. And we could change this. If you want it to be like less glowing, you just make it like a darker tone, or more glowing, you'd make it a brighter tone. So I'm just going to click around here, and I think that looks pretty good. I like some glow to it because I think it just helps sell the idea here of the image. All right, so that looks good. We're going to click OK. And now the last thing we have to do, now that your colors are set, of course, you could just drop in all of your subjects from the same team or league or whatever you're working with. But I'm going to update our text here. So let's start in the background. So again, just normal text. So and again, the link to the text I'm using in my sample is on the product page. So if you like that font, you can go grab that at that link from that author. I'm going to double click on the text here. So let's just change this to Wildcat. Click OK. Now I can come up here in my properties window, click my text color, and let's just pick a color from the jersey here. Maybe when we want to go, I think I'm going to make this one darker. Let's just go black with it. That looks pretty cool. And then on the name, we can update the name by expanding the group and just typing the new name in here. All right, there's that one. And type the last name. Oops, got to spell it correctly. There we go, and apply that. And then again, we can change this color. We can pick, you know, one of the jersey colors in here. We could pick black. It actually looks pretty cool. I like the look that blue and black together gives. I think I'll leave that one black. That looks pretty sweet. And so there we go. That's how easy it is to just drop your subject in, change your color in a few spots, and then you're ready to rock and roll with the rest of your subjects that you want to drop in there or automate, or however you would like to set that up for your workflow. Last thing we want to do is these facial highlight boosts. You can see there's 2 of these layers, and of course there's instructions on these, but basically if you want them to boost the highlights to make the face a little bit more noticeable, we've got these pre-set up where you just click the mask here, come over here, grab a white brush, let's bring our flow up a little bit, and then just paint around the face here, and you're going to see it's just going to bring those facial highlight details up a little bit. And you could always bring the opacity up or down if it's too strong or not strong enough. There we go. I think that looks really good. So again, just bringing that attention back to the face because it is a portrait after all, even though it's a composite. And there we go. We're done and ready to export. And so I hope this helps, gives you a quick look at what the options are here, how to make those color changes very quickly and easily. And I hope you get a lot of use out of this one. See you on the next one.